All right, our coach's question this week comes from Pat Boyle, head coach at Notre Dame Green Pond. He wants to know how you are able to strike a balance between coaching and family during the course of a season. Comes from Pat Boyle, Notre Dame Green Pond, head coach.
Well, Pat, that's one of the most challenging questions that I think any person who wants to be successful in their craft has to face. But as a coach, if we don't do a good job in that, we will fail on the long haul. Because it's not only a sprint, it is also a marathon. It has to be both of those things. We have to work extremely hard to identify players, to prepare players, to work towards every game. But if at home our household is crumbling because we don't have balance, if we're crumbling with our health because we don't have balance, if we don't keep the right perspective because we don't have balance, we're not going to be as effective with those kids. Our home life isn't going to be as strong. We're not going to have the resources that we need to continue to move forward. And if those things crumble, you will be amazed. There are a number of tremendous coaches that invest so much of themselves into their career, but then they find out that, the home has fallen apart and they're not able to be quite as effective as a coach. They have more regrets, and, ultimately their effectiveness for the long haul is diminished a little bit. I work for an older guy. His name was Jerry Steele at High Point University down in North Carolina. And he had a really long-term perspective of it. He was a head coach in the ABA before the ABA and NBA merged. And he was a big old country guy. And he put his arm around me and he said, "Young fella, let me tell you something. When it comes to your career, you've got to make sure that you take care of your family. You continue to work hard, but you got to try to have that balance." And that balance, whether it's basketball, life, career, is one of the most important challenges that you can face, because as not only a basketball coach, but as a husband and a father, I have a responsibility to the people who are in my family. And if I don't serve as a great role model for the kids on my team, I hope they don't pick up the wrong message, that we work really hard in our professional lives and we don't take care of the family and the responsibility that we have, because I want our young players to grow up and become husbands, become fathers, and succeed in those roles as well.
At the end of the day, that is what is important. He and his wife, Kendra, have 3 children, Brendan, Calvin, and McKenna, and I'm sure they're watching us here tonight.
They should be asleep.
They should be asleep. That's good parenting. One more segment to go. We'll answer our trivia question and look ahead for the Lehigh University Mountain Hawks.